Good morning, Weekon. Oh, unbelievable. Welcome home. Wherever you are right now, whichever country, whichever hotel, function room, and especially those at home with your family, welcome to day 2. Now, yesterday, day 1, was, in my opinion, unbelievable, guys. All right? You have no idea how lucky and privileged you were to see the V partners interact with the great ones, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. Now, the reason why it was so important for you to understand the dynamics of your uplines, because ultimately, the V partners represent a combination of the best networkers in the industry. You're not talking only QNet. You are talking the whole industry of network marketing. These are people who are talked about by other companies, by other networks. And you heard them talk about their journey, their click, their gratitude and love for our grand uplines, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. And the reason why I was so emotional yesterday, listening to the session by Japa and Dato when they were talking about their journey together. You see, there are a lot of companies who claim to have founders. And these are people, all right, suit, tie, cut ribbons, give away trophies. But here you have 2 uplines who are brothers, who started this company with a sincere intent of changing lives. You will never hear Dato Sri and Japa ever talk about profit, all right, or making money. Every time you hear them speak, they only speak about changing lives. And hearing what the V partners said about each of the founders, Japa and Dato Sri, made me realize that we belong to an organization that is driven by a sincere purpose of rhythm. And I know you guys, especially the new ones watching us this weekend, you must be confused. Because you are thinking, this is a network marketing company. All right? Why are they talking about, changing lives and their upline being a sculptor and their gratitude? This is business, guys. 3 on the left, 3 on the right. I get paid. But you need to know the secret of why we have lasted for 23 years. Because I believe that if you build an organization with an intent, with a purpose that is not based on greed and selfishness, but based on service and selflessness, an organization will keep growing and growing. And no challenge will be able to stop this organization. So 23 years of changing lives is what we are about. And you have come to Weekon, and many of you, for the first time, attending such an event. And yes, this is a digital Weekon, all right, where you are seeing us on a screen. You're not seeing us live. You'll not be able to hold my hand and touch my hand. But let me tell you, today is day 2. And I need you to be here. I need you to have a paradigm shift right now. That wherever you are, for the next 1 hour listening to me, please sit down and be very focused. Right? Because Weekon has started. Yesterday, a lot of you were adjusting all right, to the environment. You were sitting in a hotel, you were sitting in various locations, and you were still excited. Okay, oh my God, Chief coming out. And guys, I hope you love the fact that I went out of space and I came back, okay, to this VCon all in a split second, okay. And I hope yesterday we got you excited. We got you to understand the power of this VCon. But today is day 2. And yes, I want you to be excited. Yes, I want you to enjoy every moment of day 2. But I also need you to get focused. I need you to be here. So I need you right now to take a deep breath. One more deep breath. And be focused. And repeat after me. I am here. One more time. I am here. One more time. I am here. Because the next few hours and tomorrow, we only have 2 more days with you. 2 crucial days to get into your mind, to get into your heart, to align everything, to clear your doubts, to give you the answers you seek, to give you clarity, so that on Tuesday, all right, week 41, Tuesday, you start your journey as a brand new journey. Because remember what Dato Sri Vijay said, that we live from VCon to VCon. All right? And if your VCon finishes on Monday, that means you start fresh on Tuesday. My intent is on Tuesday, I want you to be a brand new person, a brand new networker, with a smile on your face, with passion in your heart. All right? And that you are able to take your first step on Tuesday as a brand new networker with crystal clear clarity on your path to financial freedom. That's what I want to achieve. That's what Japa is going to do. That's what Dato Sri Vijay is going to do. And today you got amazing V partners coming up to speak. Today you have one of my most amazing V partners, my sister, all right, the most passionate woman I've met in a long time, V partner Kavita coming up. Later tonight, my brother, one of the greatest warriors of Dato Sri Vijay, Arun George, coming up to speak to you guys. But you need to understand something. For you to be able to benefit the most from them, I need you to empty your cup. That day 2, a lot of things are going to go into you. And I need you to empty your cup and stay focused on every word, on every moment. Now today, you're listening to me. I'm your chief, I'm your upline. All right, I'm a proud student of Dato Sri Vijay and Japa. And I've been building this organization for the founders for the last 23 years around the world. Right? I have traveled to every country, almost every country that's watching me right now. I've traveled to all these countries. And I want to tell you a story today. Because I've come to realize that when you watch us, even at VCon in Penang, I see a lot of people who are sitting in the audience, and you are sitting now wherever you are in the world. And there are people sitting in the audience, and they watch us, the V partners, all right, the success stories of network marketing, and you watch us with so much awe, so much focus and awe, you understand? That you no longer understand the truth about us. So today, I want you to know who I am, right? Not the chief you know, not the chief you see only on VCon stage or Instagram or my Wednesday message. All right? But I want you to know me as Patman Senathiraja, the networker, the dreamer, your brother, and to all the moms out there, look at me as your son. All right? Because ultimately, I want you to understand the most important thing today. That when I started this journey, I was there just like you. That every V partner, you heard the story yesterday, all right, whether it's Dave Wadhwani, whether it's Sati or Adli, they all started this journey just like you. We were not born, these success stories. We were not born max out kings and queens. Sometimes you make the mistake and you look at us on stage and you go like, wow, Chief, I love you. And don't get me wrong, I truly am grateful for the love you guys have shown me, all right, it's just amazing. I pinch myself until today when I think about who I have become thanks to Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. All right. Kalai, can we just get them to focus on me? Just focus on me, right? Yeah, camera. Just focus on me because I need the participants to look at me very intensely at the gorgeous. By the way, I don't know whether you know, but for 23 years, I have been voted the most gorgeous, sexiest upline, all right, in the world. Dato and Japa didn't participate because they're founders, they are different league. But I beat Arun flat, Atli flat, Sati flat, So I want you guys to look at me. Look at me, look at my eyes. Listen to my voice very clearly for the next 1 hour, guys. All right? You are sitting there today. And don't look at us and think, wow. It's okay. We are human. And what you fail to understand is that every networker you saw on the Zoom yesterday with Dato Sri Vijay, each of them, at one point of the beginning of their journey, they were sitting like you as a participant at VCon. I'll never forget 2007 VCon Jakarta. I put this video on my Instagram, all right, of Dave Wadhwani sitting in the crowd, putting up his hand every time I asked who did Rule 3, 15 presentations a month, the month before that, the month before that, the month before that, the month before that. And Dave was there. Right? I remember Arun George attending Re-VCon Bahrain when me, Dato Sri, Kuna was talking. All right? And Arun was a young man. And I remember him sitting down in the crowd. I remember going to Sudan and meeting Adli. We've all started just like you. Nobody had a shortcut. Nobody had an express journey to max out. Sachin Gupta was a little kid, like a little boy. He has a boyish face. When I first met him, I'd still tell Kavita, all right, how she wanted to take a photo with me, or Shipra, all right. I still remember Said Amir, okay, Dorian, when they first came to VCon. I remember the hours spending with Dr. Motas, Mahendra Kumar in Dubai and doing presentations, doing closing. So all the V partners, all these giants of the industry, the AVPs, the V councils, they started their journey just like you. So the first thing I need you to have is a paradigm shift. That you can do this. You can become one of us. It is so possible. It is not funny. All right? And I'm telling you, Japa was right. If you look at Dato Sri Vijay's presentation, if you look at Japa's presentation, if you look at my presentation, I can swear that your presentation is 10 times better than ours. All right? My presentation was like 10 minutes. So guys, your goal today is just not to listen to us, not just to be inspired by us, but for you to understand that we were there just like you many years ago. And that simply means if you do what we did, if you stay on the path and continue being consistent and never switch off, you will become not just like us. Inshallah, you will become better than us. Dato Sri told me that the only way you will be financially free for the rest of your life, Patman, is that you create downlines who are better than you. All right? And I believe in this philosophy to the core of my existence. So what is VCon? What is the purpose of VCon? What is my goal? Dato Sri's goal, Japa's goal the next 3 days is to create the next Arun George, the next Adli, the next Sati, the next David Sharma, the next Kavita, Padma, Donna, the most powerful women networkers we have. We want to create the next generation of warriors who are going to lead this army of dreamers forward to take over the world and the universe, guys, as I showed you yesterday. But today, I need you to listen to me very carefully, because I do this session every day 2 of VCon for as long as I can remember. They call this my dream module, right? And the reason why I always tell Kalai that I want to come up the first morning of day 2, because you need to find your dream before you can even take a serious first step towards your ultimate goal of financial freedom. So whoever you are right now, just for the next few minutes, let your guard down. Trust me, I am not here for any ulterior motive. I am here because I love you. I believe in this industry. I believe in this company, QNet and the V. I am in absolute in service to my founders, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. And I'm here just to share with you what got me where I am today. If you are asking for one secret of network marketing, the ultimate answer that you need to find in order to achieve your ultimate goal, then this is the answer that you are looking for. This next 45 minutes, I will help you find not a answer, but the answer. Are you guys with me? Are you with me? I can hear you, I can feel you. So I need you to focus. The camera is going to stay like this so you can see me and feel my voice. And I want you to know who I am. Because I sometimes think you guys just think I'm chief. That I was born one day and they put me in uniform and said, okay, now go. Inspire the world. It doesn't work that way, guys. I am much more like you than you think. So I want to take you down memory lane. All right? And many of you have heard this story many times, but I think before you follow someone, before you surrender to somebody, you need to know who they are. You need to know where they come from, because I believe that where we come from has a great impact and influence in where you're going. Because where you come from forms the foundation of who you are. Your childhood, your journey of life has a tremendous impact on who you are. You heard the stories of all the V partners. So today, I'm going to tell you my story. Now, this goes way back. I'm not that old, but it goes way back. I was born, shall I declare my age? I was born on the 24th of June, 19 something something, okay? All right, 24th of June, write it down. I don't want any gifts. Just send me pictures of your achievement on the 24th of June, all right, and I'll be proud. Okay, the greatest gift, Dato Sri told me, is when your downline succeed. There can be no greater gift. So I was born in a small town in Teluk, it's a small town in Malaysia, 2 hours north of Kuala Lumpur. Small, I mean small, guys. All right, called Teluk Intan. Remember this name. It's a Malaysian word, which means Diamond Bay. Don't worry, it wasn't a very rich town. Small town. All right. My mom and dad were both school teachers, government servants, civil servants. All right. My mom's name is Padmawati. And you can know how I got my name, Padmasilan. A lot of you don't know this, but my full name is Padmasilan. All right. I made it shorter because I think nobody can pronounce Padmasilan. My father's name is Senati Raja. Now, why am I mentioning their names? Because I heard somebody say that when you introduce yourself in Japan, the culture of the samurai is to introduce themselves by saying, I am son of or daughter of the parent's name. So I am Padmasilan Senati Raja, son of Padmawati and Senati Raja. Right? That's how the samurai would introduce themselves, because they always give credence to their parents. Because you and I cannot exist without our mom and dad. Remember that. You won't be here if not for them, in every sense of the word. And I grew up, the only difference between most of you and me is I lost my dad when I was 3 years old. Right? So Papa, I'm going to call him Papa. All right? I lost my dad when I was 3 years old. I never knew him. Okay? And for those of y'all who have a single parent, whether a single mother or father, I can relate to you. That I will never be able to connect with a child who had both mom and dad. I only had my mom, Amma. I never knew my dad. Now, I heard stories about him growing up, great stories. And today I stand here proud to be his son. He was truly a warrior. He stood for the truth. He stood up for those weaker than him. He protected and provided for his family. He was a man with strong opinions. And every time Amma used to tell me, you're just like your father, in a complaining manner, that I was stubborn, I took it as a great compliment. So I lost my dad when I was 3 years old. That means I was brought up by a single amazing mother, Padmawati. Now, you know, those days they never thought about remarrying. It wasn't culturally acceptable. So after losing her husband, my mother dedicated her life completely to her 3 sons. I have 2 brothers. My older brother, Sati, and my oldest brother, Kuna. You saw both of them there today. Yes, many times on Instagram, you have voted me the best looking Senati Raja. Thank you. But don't tell them, even though I always call them morons publicly. But privately, I love them to death. They are my pillars of strength. I will not be able to be who I am today without Kuna and Sati. Shh, don't tell them. They're still morons as far as I'm concerned. Okay? And Kuna and Sati and me grew up in this small town with my mom. All right? Amma was a single mother, school teacher, all right? Gave tuition, okay? A lot of stuff. Just to survive, to look after 3 sons. Like many single mothers. To all the single mothers out there, I love you. Stay strong. I'm proud of you. All right? I'm serious. A single mother who looks after the children and brings them up is the most amazing human being ever, I believe. And my mom brought us up. Now, I grew up in a small town, like you. Good life. All right? I enjoyed life. I didn't like school as much as most of you. I never embraced the fact of the importance of school because I found it illogical. All right? Let me give you an example of how school has not benefited us much, okay? Think about it. The subject I hated the most was mathematics. Do you remember maths? I give you an example. Pi. Do you remember pi? 3.14 something, 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 something. Now please tell me, what is the relevance of pi in our lives today? Alright? Do you go to a shop and say, give me 1 pi of rice or 1 pi of bananas? You cannot. It serves no purpose. Alright? So I realize the conspiracy. So school wanted to fill your mind up with useless information to prevent you from dreaming at a young age. They wanted to keep you under control. This is the conspiracy, okay? But there, oh my God, chemistry, another mind-blowing subject. You go to the lab, you wear the lab coat, you wear the stupid goggles. In Telok Intan, there was no budget for goggles. And then the teacher will say, now you have liquid A and liquid B. And you look at both the liquids, okay? Pour liquid A into beaker. Remember beaker? B. It's the same color. 2 liquids. Now take powder C and drop it into the beaker which combines A and B. And what happens? The liquid turns into purple. Now how has this information been beneficial to you today as a freaking adult? Besides the combination of vodka and cranberry, I don't know what's the logic, okay? And I never enjoyed school, but I loved school for many reasons. Now, there's a secret I'm going to tell you, but, I from a very young age, started to fall in love very easily. I don't know, maybe I have a big heart, all right? And a lot of people don't know this, but I fell in love for the first time when I was 12 years old. I'll tell you the story. And the reason why I'm telling you the story, because I realize that every answer you seek in your journey of network marketing, you already have the answer from your experience growing up. Everything Dato Sri Japa teaches us, if you analyze your childhood, God started training you to become a max out king and queen since the day you were born. I am telling you. Alright? So, I realized the power of the dream and paying the price when I was 12 years old. I learned the most powerful lesson that never, never, never give up on your dream. So 12 years old, I used to go to school in this vehicle driven by a auntie, who takes all the kids to school. And one day, I got into the van in the morning, very depressed, go to school, not enough sleep. I hate every subject, especially maths. And I sat down in the van. True story. And then, there was a new girl in the van. But there's a thread here. But it's okay. It's a sign. Alright? And the girl suddenly turned and looked at me. And you know Bollywood movies? Kazakhstan, you watch Bollywood. Cote d'Ivoire, you watch Bollywood. When the love scene happens, it's always slow motion. No? When the girl turns, shh, the hair is blowing and the guy is there, holding something in his hand like. The exact thing happened to me even before Bollywood. I immediately, slow motion, the girl was there. And I fell in love, guys. At that moment, I decided that she is the one. I can't mention a name anymore, because people are trolling her and looking for her in social media. But that moment, it was like a click happened, We talk about the click happened. And I knew for that moment, she was the one. It's like there was a song in the background, like a Hindi song. Alright, like, Tujhe dekha to hai jana sanam, pyar hota hai diwana sanam. Like the song was playing. You see, you didn't know I could sing so well. Now the ladies are all getting excited. You understand? And I fell in love. And then I said, she's the one. And then the journey of paying the price started. Because you have a dream, it's not going to fall on your lap. All right? You got to pay the price. So as a young kid, I started to hunt her down. Every morning, I used to jump out of bed. My mother was confused. Amma was confused. Why this moron is excited about going to school suddenly? All right? And I used to run and wait for the van to come just to have that morning glimpse, The temperature is perfect. The window of the van is open. The wind is blowing. Whew. I can still feel it now. All right? And then I found out where she lived through my ever-trusting friend Kalai. All right? By the way, Kalai and Tipa, I've known them since they were 8 years old. They're my childhood friends. All right? That our relationship has lasted until today as family. And Kalai is very close friends to that girl. So I found out where the house was, okay? And like an absolute fanatic moron, I used to take my bicycle and cycle up and down, all right, non-stop, just to catch a glimpse of her. Just to catch a glimpse. Just to get the chance to see her. Rain, hot sun. I didn't feel my legs getting tired. I didn't feel anything because my dream was big enough. The facts don't count. Even though it was based on love, it's still a dream. All of you had this. All of you paid the price. You never give up on a dream. I learned that at that age with that girl. And then one day, I had an opportunity. Amma said, I'm taking my class to a theme park. And I said, Amma, I want to follow you because that girl was my mom's student. You understand? So I went on this trip. And I was in the bus alone with 40 girls. All right, with my other best friend. All right. And I wanted to impress her. And 1 week before that trip, I prepared. I practiced. All right. And I listened to this song. All right. Of Starship. Nothing's going to stop us now. Looking in your eyes, I see your paradise. It's a beautiful song. And there was no lyrics, so I had to play the cassette. Play, rewind, stop, play, stop, rewind, play. To memorize the lyrics. Right? And I went up to her in the school bus with fear in my heart. Like your first presentation. Like speaking to the crowd for the first time because you're anticipating potential rejection, like you. And I went there, anticipating rejection. It's 12 years old, I was shit scared. All right? But for some reason, the dream, all right, removed my fear. So I walked up to her in the bus, and I looked at the piece of paper, I looked at her, and I started to sing. Well, not technically sing, I read the song. All right? And all the girls in the bus laughed at me. And I went back to my seat. It was a rejection. It was the most painful time in my life, like some of you are feeling, when your brother says no or your family doesn't support you. It hurts. So I was hurt by her rejection. And I went back and I sat down. And I was about to give up on my dream. And at 12 years old, you think the world collapsed. You know what I mean? And then we went to the theme park. And I was just a lost soul. I was walking like, And I went into the horror house, all dark. And I walked. And as I was walking, somebody held my hand. And I didn't know who. It was too dark to see. And as I walked out of the horror house and we came towards the ending and the light was brighter, I turned and I looked. And it was that girl. Unbelievable! And that moment, I learned the most powerful lesson that you need to learn today in your journey to max out. If you have your dream, never give up. Never give in. Never surrender. And one day it will become a reality. It was the greatest day of my life that I remember it so clearly today. And I learned at 12 years old the power of the dream and how it can drive you to be superhuman, extraordinary. And then I grew up in a town with Kuna and Sati. We were poor. All right? We had no money. Many of you can relate to this. That we had nothing. But we didn't feel poor because my mom, God bless her, all right, had this ability to shower us with love that compensated for the lack of money. But I saw wealth around me. I would go crazy when I saw a Mercedes. And there was this TV series called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, hosted by Robin Leach. They show all the rich people's lifestyle in Europe, in America. I was in a small town. I've never left my town. And I used to watch it at night with my mom, Amma, and I was a believer. You know, pure. No bull sugar in my mind. You understand? I believed everything. And I used to see these houses, the Mercedes, the BMW, and I would tell Amma with so much sincerity, Amma, one day you're going to live in the house like this. I promise you, Amma, one day I'm going to be rich and I'm going to look after you. I was a kid. And I was inspired by what I saw, and I was naive. And I thought life was that easy, you know. You go out there and you become wealthy. And I just made promises to my mother every day that Amma, one day. And then I finished high school. Right? I couldn't become a doctor because I failed every doctor subject. I couldn't become an engineer because I hate maths. My building would be crooked. And the only thing I could become was a lawyer. So I studied law, and by severe luck, I graduated. And then I realized the painful truth about life that you realize the day you graduated. And this is why the world is unfair. I graduated thinking as a lawyer I would be a millionaire in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years maximum. And my first month's salary was $200. Are you kidding me? All right? I just made $200 in the last 5 seconds right now standing here. All right? But what happened? The reality hit me like it hit you. And then I started my journey of go to work, come back home. Go to work, come back home, 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 go to work, come back home. And I felt that I died. I knew then that life was unfair. And I was frustrated. Then I kept thinking about the promises I made to my mom. And I knew I couldn't keep it if I continued on this journey. And I was seeking a way out. And God is great. Because after working for like 1 year or less than 1 year, I could never hold a job. Dato Sri Vijay in 1998 came to visit my mother. Why? Because Dato Sri Vijay was my mom's student. You see the connection now? My Amma and Papa taught Dato Sri Vijay in school. Unbelievable. They taught him maths and English. So the comp plan is beautiful, the company is successful, and Dato Sri speaks so well. I give some attribute to my parents and mostly to his parents. So Dato Sri came to see my mom, to pay respect to his teacher. And he asked her, how's your sons doing? Kuna had a job, high flying. Sati had a job, God knows how, but he got a job. And I was jobless. And Dato Sri Vijay said, ask him to come and work for me. And that's the interesting thing. When I started my journey with Dato Sri, I was actually on the corporate side. I worked for him as his lawyer, business development and legal manager. All right? And that's how I came into this organization. And I tell you, what was my job? My job was very simple. Every evening, there was a presentation in the office by a presenter, you know, like you guys, presenting. And after the presentation happened, all right, I had to go at the end, stand there with a suit and said, good evening, my name is Padman Senati Raja. I am a lawyer and this business is legal. Thank you. And I walked away. I swear, that's all I had to do at the end of the presentation. It was the best job on the planet. All right? And every day I did this because people were questioning, is this business legal? And all they needed was a handsome, trustworthy lawyer to tell them it's legal. But then one day, master plan, or Dato Sri Vijay's plan, I don't know. I was waiting in the presentation room and the presenter did not come. Scam. I kept calling, where are you, bro? Stuck in traffic, bro, you got to do the presentation. Now, today, I can speak to 500,000 people around the world. I can do anything. But 23 years ago, I was like that, scared to speak to people. And the guy said, Patman, do the presentation. So I went up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patman Senatiraja. The guy who's supposed to present didn't come. So you're stuck with me. So I kept it simple. I said, guys, it's so simple. You buy a product, you get a tracking center. What's a tracking center? I don't know, but it's not important. Your tracking center has a line in the middle. Why does it have a line in the middle? I don't know. All right? Now, all you have to do is find one person on the left, one person on the right who is hungry, all right, to get out of their pathetic existence. Find two unhappy people with their lives and bring them here. Then teach them to find two and teach them to find two. And then after a while, you become financially free. Well, sort of like that, okay? And after the presentation for 12-15 minutes, I stepped away and I came back and said, good evening. My name is Patman Senatiraja. I am a lawyer and this business is legal. Okay? And the next day, when I came back to the office, everyone was saying, Patman, great presentation, thank you. The upline of that group said, Patman, oh my God, almost everyone signed up. And did I get a commission? No. So I, at that moment, made the biggest decision of my life, the big decision. And I called Dato Sri Vijay. And I told him, Ane, I want to do this. And he said, you got to quit your job. Go to work, come back home, no more, no stable salary. And you become an IR. And that's how I started my journey. And I went home because I was broke. I started this business with $20 in my bank account, I swear. That's all I had. I went home and I had to borrow money from Amma, Kuna and Sati to sign up. And I went home and I looked at my mother, who is now a proud Indian mother of her son having a job. All right, and told the whole world. And I said, Mom, guess what? I just resigned to become a full-time networker. Now, Amma was cutting vegetables with a knife. And I could see the fire in her eyes. And you see, the problem with mothers with 3 sons, they have no problem killing one because they got 2 backups. Are you guys with me? And that's how I started my journey. In my first 48 hours, I signed up 22 direct referrals. Unbelievable. All right? Hot zone. Sign. I was crazy. I was a dreamer. And today I'm here. Financially free. In service to Dato and Japa. All right? Your upline. And there's one thing I realized. From the time I started my journey until today, if anyone were to ask me, what is the most important thing on this journey? All right? My answer will be only one word. One word that got me here is the dream. Nothing else. And don't get me wrong, everything everyone speaks about is important. But the most important thing that you need to find today, wherever you are in the world, the most important thing you need to find today is that dream. And if you ask me what kept me going, what kept me building, what got me from a nobody to a somebody, is one thing. I found my dream. Now, your dream can be anything. And don't get me wrong, I had a dream list of many things, from cars to houses to everything. And a lot of people are driven by these dreams, and so was I. But I found out the truth. Somewhere in my journey, I found out that I had many dreams. But all those dreams can only become a reality if it's connected to the source dream, the energizer dream, the dream that keeps you alive every single day, the dream that will not allow a newspaper article to stop you, a dream that will not allow rejections to stop you, a dream that will not allow your government to stop you, a dream that can never be stolen away from you. And today I want you to realize this. If you take out your dream list right now, among all the dreams that you have, there is one dream that is called the dream. The dream you are willing to fight for. The dream you are willing to die for. And it cannot be a watch. It cannot be a house, because you're not willing to die for a house. And I found that dream. And today I need you to find the dream, because I know you have a dream list. But from the time I was born until today, if you ask me what is one secret of my life, is the power of a dream that you are willing to fight for and die for. And today, I want to talk to you about this powerful dream. And I want you to focus. And I'm going to take you to a complete different environment and platform right now. And I really need you guys right now to sit down and listen carefully, all right, to my voice. All right? Because this is that click, guys. This is the click. And I want you to come up here with me, up in the clouds. And I want you to have a paradigm shift and listen very carefully to my voice. And I want the camera to come closer to me. And I want you to understand this. You have many dreams. And that's good. But you need to find the dream. So as I was going through my journey to financial freedom, there were many times where I faced great challenges, just like you. Big challenges. Newspaper articles. Negative people. Rejection. Everyday rejection. And every time I felt like giving up. Because don't be fooled. Every V partner, every AVP, V counsel, if they're honest with you, there were moments they felt like giving up. When I felt like giving up, I had one common thought in my mind. It wasn't the Ferrari. It wasn't the Rolex. It wasn't that mansion. The only thought that came into my mind was my mom, Amma. And I realized at that point that she is my dream. That the promises I made to her when I was a kid, I wanted to fulfill that promises. Because you don't know my mom. She gave up her life for her 3 boys. She didn't buy new saris for Diwali so that we could have new clothes. She would take 1 ringgit and stretch it. She worked every day of her life as a dedicated teacher for other people's children so she could provide for her own. She built me. If I am adding any value to your life for the past 23 years and today as your chief, it's because of the value system my Amma instilled in me. She told me to dream big. She never discouraged. She inspired. Anything I said, she would say, yes, you can. She brought up two of the most amazing brothers anyone could wish for, Sati and Kuna. And I saw her. And you don't see this when you are a child. Do you realize that? You will never understand the sacrifices of your mom or your dad when you were a kid. But by now, you should. As an adult today, right, I look back and I am matured enough to understand what she did, guys. And I'm sure she had sleepless nights. Sleepless nights. And maybe she cried herself to sleep because she was worried that would she have enough money to pay for our education. I don't know how she did it. But she got me a law degree. She got Sati a degree, Kuna a degree. I think she brought up 3 good men. Dato Sri Vijay would speak about her at every weekend. Amma used to come to every weekend. And don't get me wrong, in the beginning she thought I was a moron for quitting my job and becoming a networker when this company had nothing. Today the company has everything. And I knew I had to convince her if I were to max out. So don't worry if your mom and dad don't support you right now. One day they will. And I brought her to all the events. I brought Amma to every event. And she would sit there and watch me speak or Sati or Kuna. And one day some people, some other parents walked up to her and said, Auntie, you must be so proud of your sons. They changed our lives. And that was that moment Amma realized that we were doing something good with our lives. You see, your mom doesn't want anything. I remember I bought her a Rolex. She kept it in the cupboard. What your mom and dad wants to see is for you to become somebody, to leave a legacy. And she was so proud that we were now under the mentorship of Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran, her student, like her son actually, guiding us, her sons. So I realized on my journey that you will realize. There will come a point when the challenges are big and you will feel like giving up. And at that point, you will remember the dream that you will find today with me. Like how every time I felt like giving up, I thought about my mom. And I never gave up. Now you don't know her, all of you. She came to every weekend. Every V partner knows her. All the in-service, the core, she fed us. Everyone used to come to my house. She would sit at VCon and she would never leave until the closing because she wanted to hear Dato Sri Vijay so proudly, her students speaking. She followed me to VCon Africa. Kalai, I remember. She followed me to Europe. She was also Kalai's teacher. And today, the reason I am here as your chief, as your upline, the reason I'm still here giving my 200% to you is because of my dream, because of the promises I made to my mom, my Amma. Now in 2010, on July 13, we lost her. She passed away at the age of 73. And in that moment, I lost my will to live. I've never said this to anyone actually. It was the most difficult time in my life. I mean, screw all the challenges we face. I'm a warrior. But the day I lost her, I broke. Badly. And I thought I would walk away from everything. But at that moment, every day in the hospital with her, she made me promise that I would keep my promises. My mother is old school, you know. She always valued this principle of keeping your promises. And I made many promises to a lot of people that I would be there for them, to Dato, to Japa, to all of you around the world. And today I'm still here because of a promise I made to my mom. That what is keeping me going every day, even though I lost her 11 years ago, she lives in my heart forever. I hear her voice. I look at a picture every day before I sleep. Her picture is next to my bed. My dream, my purpose, my power comes from this great woman. And today, I want you to know her. Because there is no Kuna, there is no Sati, there is no chief without this great woman. Her name is Padmavati Kandeya. The greatest human being I will ever know. My first teacher, my first mentor, the person who could comfort me in my worst day. A woman who was dedicated with the power of sincere love for people around her. She had a humility about her that could melt your heart. She would smile with such shyness. The most beautiful woman I would ever know in my life. My sweetheart. My love for her is so abundant that it keeps me alive, guys. You have no idea. So today I want you to know my inspiration, my dream. So I have a video to play for you so the many of you, the thousands of you around the world, you need to know Chief's dream. You need to know why Chief is here today, still standing and speaking from his heart, is only because of this woman. This great, magnificent woman. So I present to you my inspiration, my dream, my purpose, my strength, my greatest love, my Amma. Now guys, that's my dream. That's what has kept me going for 23 years. She is the one. Now you tell me which challenge, which bloody newspaper, which Google search, which authority of government can ever steal that away from me. I will die for this dream. I will kill for this dream. And when you find a dream that important to you, that I wanted to give her the life she deserved. In the last 10 years of her life, thanks to Japa and Dato Sri Vijay and this great organization, my Amma lived like a queen. She traveled the world with us. She donated to so many orphanages, contributed to hospitals. That was a dream, to give back. She educated so many children. And nothing could stop me. Because every time I faced a challenge, her face, her voice, I could feel it until today. So the mistake you will make on this journey is you have many dreams. But my question is, which one of these dreams is the most powerful thing in your life that lives in your heart, that nobody can ever steal away from you? You find that dream, and I promise you, you will stand here one day and tell your story as I did. My dream lives on in me, and I know she's watching every single week on from above. So if I have ever added any value to your life in any way, guys, don't thank this moron. Thank this angel. Thank her. Because without her, I don't think I would have lived this long. And today at this weekend, and if you are seriously going to start this journey with us, even if you're brand new, or you're struggling and you have challenges in your market, find your dream. And I want all of you to stand up wherever you are. Stand up. Stand up. Take a deep breath. And today, I want you to seriously be here